When I sat down to do this project, I wasn't entirely sure where I wanted to go with it. There are so many things I could have examined or studied or tested, but when I took a step back to look at my current situation, it came to me. Today is April 28th, 2018. This video project is due in 3 days, and I'm just now getting started. Even though I'm a second semester senior, none of my teachers have let up on the amount of work they're assigning. In fact, I'm having to work harder this semester than I did last semester, which is really difficult, especially because the senior slide or the senior slip or senioritis or whatever you'd like to call it is real, so underclassmen, be warned. Sure, starting this project right before it's due does say a bit about my time management skills, but considering I'm not even close to being the only one that's waited until the last minute to put this together, I figured I would take a look at high schools. Not just in and of themselves, but the kinds of workloads students face and how that affects their overall well-being. Now, I will say that some of this is anecdotal, but I did do quite a bit of scholarly research on the subject. And by that, I mean Google, because I didn't have time to run my own test or take a survey, so I just let some other people do it for me. According to a survey conducted by the Princeton Review, over 50% of high school students reported feeling stressed, 25% reported that homework was the main source of that stress, and on average, students spend 1/3 of their study time feeling stressed, anxious, or stuck. Now, this past Thursday, I was making up an assignment in my English class, and my teacher, who also instructs juniors, was having a talk with one of her students. The girl was freaking out about a test grade because she was, to quote my teacher, in the running for valedictorian. She had gotten A's on basically everything that entire semester, but one test grade was going to mean the difference between her graduating magna cum laude or just being any other kid walking across the stage at graduation. It's crazy how that works. One poor grade would push her out of the top 10% and possibly even the top 15% of her graduating class. It's no wonder high school students are stressed. NYU also conducted their own study on chronic stress among high school students, and they found that various subgroups of high schoolers are experiencing high levels of prolonged stress to the point where their ability to succeed academically, as well as their mental health functioning, is compromised. Noelle Leonard, a senior research scientist at NYU's College of Nursing, is concerned that students in selective, high-pressure high schools can get burned out even before they reach college, which is a problem in case no one's noticed. In a 4-phase quantitative and qualitative study of private high school students led by Leonard in 2015, they found that nearly half of all students reported feeling a great deal of stress on a daily basis, while 31% reported feeling somewhat stressed. Females reported feeling far higher levels of stress than males, and grades, homework, and preparing for college were the greatest sources of stress for both genders. Considering my own experience in high school, these numbers weren't at all surprising. However, when I read their next statistic, I was a bit taken aback. 26% of participants reported symptoms of depression at a clinically significant level. Now, conversely, 74% didn't, and this percentage is only coming from the students they surveyed, but 26% is a pretty substantial minority. Going forward, I think teachers' main goal should be to foster good, well-rounded human beings. Instead of being forced to spend hours upon hours studying and working on assignments outside of school, students should be encouraged to pursue their passions. All too often, kids' schedules consist of school, homework, extracurriculars, possibly sleep, repeat. After spending one's entire life following the same mundane routine, it's not a surprise that so many students are burnt out by the time they get to college. It's time we start caring more about students than we do about their statistics.